afternoon, everyone. Namaskar. I am Shatarupa Mishra, Joint Director, Directorate of Public Relations, Publications and Publicity, CBDT, New Delhi, and I warmly welcome you to a very special edition of Samvaad. Today, we are here to discuss a significant development, the government's introduction of the new income tax bill in Parliament. This bill aims to simplify and consolidate the provisions of the existing Income Tax Act of 1961. To delve deeper into the bill, its rationale, and its potential impact on taxpayers and tax administration, we are privileged to have a very special guest with here today. Please join me in welcoming Shri V.K. Gupta, a distinguished IRS officer from the 1989 batch, currently serving as Chief Commissioner of Income Tax in New Delhi. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Sir has held diverse positions in cities such as Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Delhi, gaining expertise in various fields of the department. Notably, he has also led the panel tasked with simplifying and rationalizing the decades-old Income Tax Act. We are indeed honored to have him with us today. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us today in what is one of the most crucial episodes in this special Samvaad series. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, sir. Sir, firstly, our viewers would like to know a bit about the history of the Income Tax Act. When was it passed? What is the number of amendments that the Act has gone through?
Yeah, this is currently we are having 1961 Act, which was introduced from 1462, and over 65 years period, it has gone around 4,000 amendments. And now, in fact, this 1962 Act was also because of simplification exercise carried out on 1922 Act, and that's why it has come in picture.
Right, sir. Sir, what concerns were raised regarding the present form of the Income Tax Act, sir?
Actually, tax practitioners, tax administrators, taxpayers, all stakeholders were having issues in regard to its intricate provisions, large number of amendments, which were creating complexity in understanding the provision, applying the provision. That was the main reason it was thought that a simplification exercise should be carried out.
Right, sir. Sir, what are the reasons why the Income Tax Act 1961 has been regularly amended, sir?
Actually, all tax acts are very dynamic acts, and they take into account all socio-political, economic need of the country, and they are not like Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita or other penal codes that which are not dynamic per se. They are basically static codes. No doubt there are certain amendments in those acts also, but Income Tax Act, it is a most dynamic act in any country, and it requires changes every year based on what are the socio-economic need of the country or what are the tax policies government want to carry on.
Right, sir. Sir, our viewers would like to know whether any simplification exercises have been carried out in the past.
Yeah, in fact, department tried twice in 2009 and 2019, and both exercise were a lot of changes were suggested, and those were later incorporated also in our amendments, and those have become part of 1961 Act also.
Sir, has the present simplification exercise followed any global best practices, sir? Could you elaborate a bit about the same, sir?
Yeah, as soon as this committee was formed and FM informed in the parliament that will be carrying out comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act, the first thing as committee what we did about to see what other countries have done, especially common law countries. So we found that Australia, New Zealand and Australia and United Kingdom have carried out simplification exercise. So we picked up UK tax authority system and Australian tax authority system, and we found that UK has carried out this language simplification project from 1996 to 2010. It took 14 years to carry out this language simplification project. And one of the thing which came out from this language simplification project in their country was they were initially having 2 acts on direct tax code, which were split in 5 acts. Earlier, their page numbers were less than 1000, and after these 5 acts, the page number increased to around 4000 pages. Similarly, Australia also carried out simplification exercise from 1994 to 1997, and there also there was increase in number of pages, as much as earlier it was around 2500 pages, and later it increased to more than 4000 pages. And in fact, they also broke down their act into 9 volumes. So simplification activity per se, since you are simplifying things so that people can understand it easily, the language should be clear, unambiguous language. So it was taking more words.
Sir, also we want to know that whether any consultations took place with the stakeholders, sir.
Yeah. In fact, first of the consultation was with all institutions. All institutions of the country were called, and they have given their suggestions. Revenue Secretary and our Chairman CBDT presided that meeting, and then we had stakeholder consultation from the public, and we received around more than 20,000 suggestions. Out of that, 1800 suggestions were relevant, related to our simplification thing, and those were considered by subcommittees in carrying out this simplification exercise.
Sir, what is the scope of exercise undertaken for the new income tax bill, sir?
In fact, the Honorable Finance Minister in her budget speech in July 24 stated the purpose of comprehensive review of IT Act is to make it very concise, lucid, easy to read and understand. So that was the basic concept on which we worked as a department for carrying out the simplification exercise.
Right, sir. Sir, this brings me to my next question, sir, that what ground rules were set so that the provisions in the new bill are simple, easy to read and understand, and concise?
In fact, a large number of rules were set before starting the work. The first thing which we identified, that we have to identify and eliminate all redundant and obsolete provisions from the Act. And by doing this, you will be happy to know that our length of the Act has reduced to almost half.
Oh, wow, sir.
Earlier it was having around 5,12,000 words. Now
Yes,
it is
sir.
having approximately 2,60,000 words. Then in drafting, we have used straightforward language, simple sentences, small sentences, and wherever long provisions were there, we have converted them into tables where where there was need of formulas, we have used formulas. So a lot of simplification has been carried out to take out all provisos, explanation from the Act. So for suppose for one provision, there are large number of provisos, carve out provided in the Act. So we have made very simple sentences, and it has been broken down in section, subsection and clauses.
Right, sir. I'm sure that will be a big benefit to the laymen, taxpayers, tax administration, tax practitioners. Everyone will benefit from this.
Definitely,
Sir.
I would like to add one more thing on
Yes,
this
sir.
thing. One major simplification effect of this whole exercise was replacing our concept of assessment year and previous year with a single word tax year. Now, tax year will be a very simple thing to understand. Tax rates will be for the same financial year. In fact, tax year is a financial year.
Yes, sir.
And assessment will be also for that tax year. So even a common man can understand for what year he has to pay tax, for what year assessment will be carried out, for what year other proceedings are going on. Earlier it was very tough. I used to get a lot of questions from people that my transaction was for financial year 23-24, but I have received notice for assessment year 23-24. It was very difficult for a common person to understand that thing.
Sir, we understand that the entire simplification process must have been a Herculean task, sir. Sir, what were the processes that were followed in ensuring that this simplification process takes place smoothly, sir?
In fact, as I told you earlier, first thing which we did was about taking suggestions from the taxpayers, industry, professionals, and we took discussion with our officers also. So for that purpose, we created a website where we invited suggestions from the professionals, public, and we received around 20,000 suggestions in this regard. Then we created around 26 subcommittees for preparing sub-drafts of all the chapters. So these committees prepared drafts of those chapters. Then these drafts were vetted by review committees, which were found by having senior officers of the department. And then after this review, then TPL has reviewed and vetted these drafts, and then these drafts were vetted by DOLA. And after that, the final bill has come. So more than 150 officers of the department were involved in preparing these drafts.
Wow, sir, that must have been indeed a major milestone, sir, in getting together this simplification process, sir. Sir, we would like to know that there were numerous provisos and explanations in the existing act. Sir, what was the treatment given to them? What has been the treatment given to them in the new bill, sir?
You will be happy to know we removed all the provisos and explanation from the act.
Okay, sir.
Yesterday, some officer was counting total number of provisions and explanation in 1961 Act, and he informed me that there are more than 1,000 provisos and around 900 or 950 explanation in the Act. We have converted all of them into simple sentences. They have become part as a section or subsection or clause, and the flow has been maintained of all the provisions of the Act that way.
Wow, sir, that is indeed a great task, sir. Sir, how did the drafting committee ensure that the principles of tax certainty were followed in drafting this new bill, sir?
Tax certainty was the most important criteria which all subcommittees, all reviewers, everybody followed, because we were not going to change the law. The mandate given to us was not to have any tax policy changes or tax rate changes, and to maintain certainty. If you disrupt certainty, that will create chaos.
Right, sir.
So all the provisions have been put in simple language. Wherever there is a certainty in jurisprudence about any word or phrase, we have not changed that word. Like land appurtenant thereto, you must be remembering,
Yes,
in
sir.
income from house property.
Yes.
We thought of so many words. We thought of adjoining, using adjoining or adjacent to land. But after heated discussion, after long deliberation on this, we thought of keeping back this word, despite it looks a bit archaic word, but we have used in the new act also. So whatever settled, we have not changed. We have just ensured that whatever tax policies, whatever the provision in 1961 Act, all have been incorporated in new bill.
So that is a very important aspect that you have touched, you have elaborated upon, that no policy changes have been made, but the language and has been simplified, sir. Sir, how the bill now compares to the Income Tax Act in terms of numbers and words, sir?
And the new bill is having around 2,60,000 words as compared to 5.12 lakhs in the old act. Now we have 23 chapters as compared to 47 chapters in the old act. Now we have distributed provisions in tables also. So now tables have increased from 18 to 57, and because of that, now law is looking more simpler. It is easy to read, easy to refer, and all provisions, whether those are having certain different thought process, they have been properly put up in the tables. So I hope that it will be more readable.
Sir, our viewers would like to know that why does the new bill contain 536 sections still?
In fact, when we started with 1961 Act, it was having 298 sections.
Right, sir.
Over a period with these 4,000 amendments, it has reached somewhere more than 900 sections at one point of time. After certain redundancy already done or deleted, omitted from the Act, it was having 819 sections. So in fact, by simplification, we have reduced this present sections number from 819 to 536. So, in fact, that way there is a reduction in section numbers as well. You must be knowing that we have sections with alphabets.
Yes, sir.
And there are certain sections which are having 3 alphabets suffixed to
Yes,
numerals,
Yes,
115A,
Yes,
then
sir.
115B, then BB,
Yes,
then
sir.
115BBA.
Yes,
So, those were all sections, different sections,
Yes, sir.
but they were hidden before between these numerals.
Numerals. Yes, sir. Agreed, sir.
So, that way section numbers have reduced considerably.
Sir, whether any mapping of old and new sections will be available for the taxpayers, sir?
We have prepared that mapping of the old sections with the new sections, and this will be available on our department's website.
Yes, sir. So that would be hugely beneficial for all the taxpayers and the general public as well. Sir, now coming to the last question, sir. Now that the bill has been placed in the parliament, what are the next steps before the new bill is? What are the next steps now before the bill is implemented, sir?
The bill will be taken by the parliament committee, and then there will be deliberations in parliament committee on the bill. That is one part, and in the department also we are forming committees for forms, for rules. We have to make rules also, we have to change forms, then we have to make committees for our system also have to be ready for these works. So, CBDT has already started working on those things, and as things will move ahead, these committees will also complete their work and they will be ready by the time this act becomes effective.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us in today's episode of Samvaad, sir, and enlightening us on the crucial aspects of the new bill and also telling us about what all has gone behind this massive simplification exercise. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir.